Hey everyone, Alfie here. Have you ever noticed how, just when things are going great, something seems to come along and mess it all up? You're on a roll, feeling good. Maybe you even use the good china without breaking it and bam! Life throws a curveball. Over the next few minutes we're going to delve into this negativity bias, what it is, why it exists, and how it seems to pop up everywhere from the evening news to your social media feed. And most importantly, we'll explore how understanding this bias can help us navigate the ups and downs of life with a bit more resilience. It's full of soaring highs and crushing lows, and while we all obviously love the highs, those moments, the thing about our brains, they have a bit of a negativity bias. Think of it like that friend who always points out the one thing you did wrong, even when you ace the rest of the presentation. Our minds tend to latch on to negative experiences more strongly than positive ones. So when things are going swimmingly, it can almost feel like we're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Here's another layer to this whole curveball conundrum, our expectations. When we're riding high on good vibes, it's easy to slip into this life is good, it will always be good mindset. So when something unexpected pops up, a flat tire, a bad grade, a sudden downpour during your outdoor picnic, it can feel like a major disruption. We take it as a sign that things are going off the rails, that our streak of good fortune has abruptly ended. But here's the truth. Setbacks are a normal, inevitable part of life. Life throws a lot of balls, some good, some bad, and some that just bounce in unpredictable ways. Let's dive a little deeper into the science behind this negativity bias. Our brains are wired to prioritize survival, and for our ancestors, survival often depended on spotting danger quickly. Imagine you're a cave person just chilling by the fire, enjoying a delicious mammoth steak. Suddenly you hear a rustle in the bushes. Now, that rustle could be a harmless little bunny rabbit, but your brain, hardwired for survival, isn't taking any chances. It focuses on the potential threat, a saber-toothed tiger looking for a late-night snack, because hey, better safe than sorry, right? Now, let's be real, sometimes life just throws curveballs. It's like the universe has a wicked sense of humor, and it decides to test us right when we're finally feeling like we've got it all together. You finally finish that massive project you've been working on for months. Boom, you come down with a cold, you get a promotion at work. Your car decides to channel its inner clunker and throws a rod. These unexpected challenges can feel especially jarring when we're in a good place because they shatter our illusion of control. But here's the thing about unpredictability. It's not inherently bad, it keeps things interesting, right? Okay, let's talk about how this negativity bias plays out in the wider world. Ever notice how the news is basically a highlight reel of everything terrible happening on the planet? It's like a 24/7 broadcast of natural disasters, political scandals and economic woes, with the occasional feel-good story sprinkled in for flavor. News outlets, like most businesses, are competing for our attention. And guess what grabs our attention more effectively than a headline about a local bake sale? A headline about a meteor strike, obviously. Our negativity bias makes us more likely to click on, read, and share negative news stories. Advertisers are also masters at exploiting our negativity bias. They know that fear is a powerful motivator, so they craft marketing messages that play on our anxieties and insecurities. Think about those commercials for life insurance that basically show a montage of families being torn apart by tragedy. They're tapping into our fear of loss, our desire to protect ourselves and our loved ones. Politics, unfortunately, is another arena where negativity bias reigns supreme. Politicians often resort to negative campaigning, focusing on their opponents' flaws, scandals, or perceived failings rather than their own policies or visions for the future. Why? Because it works. Negative campaigning plays on our fears, anxieties, and distrust. It's easier to stir up anger and resentment than it is to inspire hope and optimism. And finally, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say the doom-scrolling monster in our pockets, social media. Social media platforms are designed to keep us engaged, and engagement often thrives on negativity. Outrage, controversy, and negativity generate clicks, shares, and comments, which translate into ad revenue for the platform. Negativity grabs our attention, triggers strong emotional responses, and makes us more likely to engage with the content. So we've established that the negativity bias is a thing, it's everywhere, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. But that doesn't mean we're doomed to a life of perpetual pessimism and doom scrolling. The first step is awareness. The good moments are still just as real, even when challenges arise. Savor the good times, celebrate your successes, and remember that setbacks are a normal part of life. And hey, maybe next time you see a headline about impending doom, you can take a deep breath, enjoy a moment of quiet, and remember that the world is a much more nuanced and wonderful place than the news often makes it seem.